Now, before I move on to my second lesson, let me pause very quickly and say a few things about this first lesson. Woe, first of all, to those who impose such restrictions upon the New Testament people of God. Brother, I could get very exercised over this, so I'll try to refrain myself. But I'm here thinking in particular of a group of people. They often refer to themselves, or they're referred to by others, as black Hebrews or Hebrew Israelites. Now, I know for many of you those terms mean nothing, because that's not the pond you swim in. But I assure you that pond is getting bigger. And basically, they believe two things. First, only black Americans are true Hebrews. So, not just blacks in general, but you have to be an American black. The American blacks are the true Hebrew or Israelite nation. And second, all of the Old Testament restrictions, especially Saturday Sabbath and dietary restrictions, continue. And so when you talk to these, now there's variations within that system. And I believe that there's a lot of people within that system who are Christian. They still believe Jesus is the Messiah. He bore our sins on the cross, etc., etc. But if you read their writings, their posts, if you listen to them, basically the things they love to talk about most are not Jesus and blood atonement, black skin and dietary restrictions. And brethren, let me put it plainly as I can. Many of our black brethren are falling prey to that nonsense. It's wicked, it's wretched, it's satanic. If you choose not to eat pork for a number of reasons, God bless you. But if you think somehow you're obligated to refrain from pork, you're deceived. Now, when we were getting ready for church this morning, I'm thinking, what do I want to make when we get back? Well, I found some nice steaks, not the real high-end ones, but the low-end ones. And I got them thawed, and when I get back, I'm going to season them and barbecue them to perfection. But you know what I might do tomorrow, as I think about it? Yeah, go down to Save-A-Lot and save a lot and get me a family pack of pork chops. Season them up, put some breading on them, just a little coat of flour, and throw them in some grease. Let no one, Paul says, judge you in food or in drink, or regarding a festival or new moon or Sabbaths, which are a shadow of things to come, but the substance is of Christ. Notice how he reduces them down to days. Diet and days. And with reference to the latter, he talks about Sabbaths, that's Saturday Sabbath, new moons, monthly Sabbaths, and festivals, yearly Sabbaths. Don't let anybody judge you with reference to that. My Hebrew Israelite friend, you better watch it, because with the same measure you judge, you'll be judged by. Let no one judge you with regards to diet or days. And here's why. The new covenant is uniquely a covenant of liberty. Stop and think about all of the various positive laws of the Old Testament. You can't touch this. You can't eat that. You can't wear this. You can't wear that. They couldn't wear polyester. They couldn't trim their beards. They couldn't eat certain foods. They had to offer up all these sacrifices. They couldn't touch this. And if they did, they were unclean, and this and this and that. And now as we come into the new and better covenant, we come into a liberty that even the Old Testament saints didn't have. And my Hebrew Israelite friend, don't you try to take from me that which Christ has purchased. And I don't mean to be crass, but that's the liberty to go to Save-A-Lot and buy me some pork chops. Lesson 2, the Old Covenant dietary restrictions illustrated clean and unclean. This was their fundamental purpose. All of the positive